Hey there everybody, Onurubu here. Crazy shit going on. Unbelievably crazy shit. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Unbelievably crazy, convoluted, not convoluted. That makes it sound bad. No. I have an image of. I'm not actually confused at all. I know exactly what's going on. Well, the information that's giving me, I'm not confused. So it's not convoluted. Crazy, complicated, just outrageous shit is going on in this game. I'm for it. I'm all for it, dude. This is blowing my mind. Let's keep going. I'm ready. This is probably gonna be. I said this like 4 episodes ago, but yeah, I think we're near the end of the game, guys. Let's go.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap.
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel, but nothing. No longer in danger, so. Door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I'd passed through the door, my bracelets had begun to count down to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to go to and scan all the bracelets. I have the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. Dude, Akane, I'm so fucking glad. I'm so glad you're smarter than me. I would have fucking forgotten those bracelets on the floor and died like a bitch. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who'd called 7 in 9 years and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Aoi was right. It's time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to draw 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. They took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8.
It's so cute.
It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
So that goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same, so I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16,
H is 17. I is 18. J is 19.
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23. O is 24. P is 25.
Q.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26.
And what does that mean?
Wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a fucking
was
Q.
Q.
I'm so mad.
Fucking lowercase q.
Yo, fuck you. Game, fuck you. No, you don't mess with fonts like that. It's good. That was well done. I'll give you that. That was really well done to us. But I'm still mad.
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear, any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell in my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna bust. Maybe just a short rest. No, can't stop, don't have time. Come on, legs, there can't be any more of these steps left. Let's run. Run like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally! Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together, you're almost there.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here!
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door. But you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open and you're gonna open now. Is that sunlight? Felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. Gave it a small reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt I could melt. My heart was at peace. Not only because my brother and I were back together again, thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped. Finally able to escape from the gigantic. On the distant horizon we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed across the ocean and then it was gone.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. It was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yes, finally, air! Gah! Damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. Huh? I gotta admit, this doesn't... It's for fucking Nevada. Wait,
No way.
you have to gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
Nevada. We're in the fucking Nevada desert. We're in Mojave. We're in the fucking Mojave. Oh god, I knew it. We're in the Mojave.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
the mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, son. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Right, a bracelet. Guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip like in an ATM card. That's it. It's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. It was never a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy.
Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing a voice in the wind. Game, are you okay? Oh. Wait, what? I'm done? Okay then. So what the... So in the end, all that shit with the Lord Gordain and the Pharaoh and all that other stuff had nothing to do with anything. All that stuff was literally just done to get the idea of frickin'... Was that all done just to get the idea of morphogenetic fields in our head? Was that it? So I'm confused, dude, but this is actually the ending of this game. Well done. Well fucking done. This is a great game. I enjoyed it so much. I loved this so much. At the beginning, I wasn't that great, like, I wasn't that typed for it. Like, at the beginning, like, 999 I was playing was like, I know this is a good game, but like, what I'm playing right now, it's fine. It's good. It's okay. It's decent. But then, I got my first ending, I was like, okay, was this it? Cool. No, that was a good end. That was fine. And then I just kept playing and playing and playing, and every single other ending I got more info. I got drip fed this thing so good. The pacing was so good. I got drip fed over drip fed, drip feed, all into my blood veins, and eventually the plot exploded into a big explosion of good. That's it. It's an explosion of good, dude. This was so good. Ooh. What's up, Ninth Man? Get the fuck out of my face. Nice twist. This is such a good game. What the fuck happened to you, dude? Hey, June. Dude, I know she's called Akane, but for some reason I just keep wanting to call her June.
Are you okay?
Two more blocks.
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
Dude, Junpei, you fucking sound like... Junpei? You sound like a 27-year-old trying to do a child voice. I'll just say that. That's all I'll say. Cute scene. He was half serious and half joking. Thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
Who beat you up so bad, dude?
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned then.
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Dude, you took on fucking 5 boys? Older than you, yikes.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure, it was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys, ignition, and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? So what the fuck do you think's gonna happen when we show up while we're in the Nevada? Like, where else we can be near? Where else can we be? Near Hoover Dam? Las Vegas? Area 50? Yikes! I hope we don't stumble into Area 51 and get shot. Reno, whatever. How confusing do you think it's gonna be when there's 5 of us, right? Yeah. When 5 Japanese people just randomly show up in whichever town we're gonna end up in Nevada. How surprised do you think they're gonna be when 5 random Japanese people show up and are confused about what the fuck they're doing? I don't even know if these guys speak English. Anyway, we jumped in and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the back seat. Is Clover driving? Still can't believe we let her try. Nice.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Yeah, I know that.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
That's why you should be sitting in the front.
Why don't you drive, Seth?
Dude, that's... Dude, no, not even driving, dude. I don't have a fucking license. I don't have a license, but I still sit in the front. For 2 main reasons. 3 main reasons. The first one ties into it. Because 7, I am gigantic, like you as well. The first reason being, I don't want to... So, 2 reasons. The first reason being, I don't want to be uncomfortable in the back. Second reason being, I don't want to crush anyone in the back. Because I am also... I don't know how tall 7 is, but I'm 6'10", and I'm big. I'm fine with being in the front in every single car ride I take.
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Unlikes,
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
like I said.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Oh shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. It's sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes at the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in... What? Yo. Dude, make a game about these guys. Make a nonary game to punish these cunts. Dude, no. These guys are worse than Ace could ever be. Maybe that's an overstatement or an understatement. I don't know which one. But no. Fuck these guys. When we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them furious.
What the hell are you doing?
Drenching a kitten in gasoline, dude. What does it look like? And he just jumped on them. Quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. Caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
Policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling
You
lumps.
couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen
Yeah,
out.
I guess I could've...
Then why didn't you?
Because he wanted to
I
fight him.
didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Yeah, same. I want to beat those guys. Dude, as I said, I'm big. Yo, let me in front of those 8th graders. I'll fuck them up. Fucking
Because
drenching.
of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yes! They were fucking drenching a kitten in gasoline. I thought, when I saw the word drenching, I thought they were just like spraying a hose pipe at it. Like drenching it in water or something, like torturing the poor thing. No, they're fucking drenching it in gasoline. Dude, that's gonna either give it brain damage or they're gonna light it on fire, which is worse.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
Plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, guess I should say Gintaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary Project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty, no emotion. Looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore. Yo, Junpei, change your clothes before you talk to him. Just fucking confuse him. It will take him a moment to realize who you are, but I just want to make him realize that I'm doing it just to piss him off.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get the tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
Could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces.
human faces.
I knew that this was his motive all along.
I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes. If you want to put it simply, but if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I can supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right. So what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
What's the deal with that?
Well, see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. And during the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Bourdain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist.
That's what I thought.
9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae.
Mandrake root.
I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it.
Soperol.
I used that extract to create Soperol. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Shit, this is gonna go on further. Tape's going on back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride. But what's this? This is epilogue. Is this epilogue plus?
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arms towards me. His hand was a doll made of yarn, small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much?
Aw, after June.
I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny arm
Oh,
body.
Jumpy. I'll never forget you.
And she never did.
I promise.
She never forgot him so hard that she even made him save her from the future. That's how hard she didn't forget her. She didn't forget Junpei so much that she made himself remember him from the future. He looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
do you count? Ugh, it's fine. The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. Sat, bathed in the warm light of evening. Just the two of us leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set and we still didn't leave. We watched in the silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one the light of the town began to flicker on. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic, but she's still alive now as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense, he's blind. Couldn't have seen the body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait, maybe that's not it at all. There's one other logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, Seven? You looked satisfied. No way. Was this all fucking set up by everyone here? He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
What?
That Snake was what am I saying? Snake 7 was 7. Burning gaves of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. Was Seven working with fucking... oh god, was Seven working with Santa and June the whole time? The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It wouldn't be long before Junpei realized who she was. End. Don't forget your towel. That's a good reference. What is that? Finished all scenarios in 999. End. Wait, give me a second. Was the reason June sudden... oh my please don't tell me. Was the reason June suddenly disappeared at the end of the safe ending because... was the reason she suddenly disappeared at the end of the safe ending is because we didn't save her in time. We didn't save June. We didn't save June in time for, we didn't save June in time for the incinerator, so she disappeared in the past, so she was dead all along. Was that it? Was that it? Yeah, I get it. This is the prologue. Wow. That was a great experience. That was a really great experience. That was good. I really loved that game. I loved that game a lot. It's fun going through it. I enjoyed it more than I really thought I would. So, just giving me a couple thoughts from what I think. So when at the end of my Danganronpa Let's Play, and also at the end of my Danganronpa Let's Play, And during it throughout, I gave my thoughts a lot more clearly and stuff, and I made a lot more commentary and stuff. And at the end of the Let's Play, I talked for a long while about what I thought and all my thoughts and stuff. But that's it. I don't really have that much to say on this game. I don't. I really don't have that much to say on this game. It's just really well put together, really consistent, really just strong and firm. Like, it's a very, very strong game that it spelled it all out for me. Like, I felt like it did my job as a Let's Player for me. It just did everything. This game is down to every meticulous detail. It has it noted down. What is this? That creeped me out because I had my eyes closed while I was monologuing. Oh, this is just the same, it's just the same, demo you get every single time. Secret door that carries a 9. Cool. Anyway, options. Let me just come here, turn the music down, but... Anyway. So the thing is... This game, throughout the game, I noticed it, I never pointed it out. At some points it bothered me a little, not in a negative way, just kept bugging me. But I kept noticing it. In this game, every single character, nearly all of them, at all times, they get every single thing down, note it, say it to the exact point of detail. The exact one. They mention all of them to the exact literal statement. And that's the thing, this game and maybe there are also a couple things I'm missing, but unless I go back, this game, I really left no loose ends untied, bro. Even though it had all this weird supernatural shit with the morphogenetic fields and stuff, there's not much for me to add or speculate about. It's just beginning, end, done, dude. It's done. This game was so well made. I can't sing the praise of this game enough. Yeah, that's it. That's what I think about it. 7 was my favorite character from the beginning to the end. From the beginning of the game to the end, 7 was my favorite character. And that tiny hint near the end that 7 may have, the tiny hint near the end that 7 may have actually been in on it from the beginning. Oh, that was good. That was good. That hint that 7 may have actually been in on this whole operation from the beginning. That was good. I liked that a lot. Now, so Lotus, I didn't like on my first playthrough because I'm just gonna give my opinions of all the characters. I feel like doing that for some reason. Okay, cool. Let's start from Ace. Let's go from Ace. So Ace did his job well. I knew he was a bad guy from the beginning. I knew he had face blindness. However, even though I knew those things, I still liked him. That's the thing. Like, he did his job well in the fact that I still liked the guy, and I was even doubting myself, knowing that he was bad. So that's the thing, he played a really affable old character type person throughout the whole game until it's revealed that he's an evil piece of shit. He's a shit fucking bad bastard. Like, he's just an evil guy. I don't like him. But yeah, Snake's a cool dude. I really like him. I like him a lot, but he wasn't present for most of the game, so that just, it's just, he missed a lot of time. But yeah, what I got of him, it was enjoyable. Santa, he was my, second favorite character, right behind 7. And then when I thought he just betrayed us to try and escape before I had the full picture going, when I just thought he was the one, he was just, trying to get out and save himself, I got a little pissed at him. But then he brought it back around and realized, oh no, this is all part of the plan, and I liked it. But yeah, so Santa, I don't like him as I did before his betrayal, but yeah, I still like him. Clover took the position of Santa as my second favorite character. Clover just won me over. It's simple, I just liked her as it went through. Junpei, excellent fucking protagonist. Junpei is such a good protagonist. He didn't have most of the things a lot of visual novel protagonists I've played have, where like he's a bit dumb and shit. No, Junpei knows what he's doing. He's got the shit on lock. He knows his capabilities. He makes plans of his own. He doesn't need to be led around. June, I didn't think that much about the first time through, when I just thought this was when I was just first going through this game, I had no idea where it was going. When I had no idea where this was going, I thought June was literally just the childhood friend character that was going to be there. I had no idea that she was going to play such an important role. Like, I knew she was going to be one of the main characters, but I had no idea that she was going to be such a central figure to the whole ticking of the plot in the way it was. I guessed that she was going to be Zero very early, and I was right, but like, I just thought it was going to be like, haha, I was Zero all along, I was evil. No, but I never could guess where it was going. Lotus, I didn't like her at all after that one scene where she was like, no, I will abandon people and I will make plans to save myself. I don't care about others as long as I didn't like her after that scene. I felt like she was a bitch. I didn't like her at all. But then when I spent more time with her through the submarine ending and all the other endings, I liked her more, and she became one of my favorite characters, because then I realized where she was coming at, and she warmed up more to the rest of the party and stuff, and she just became less of a cold-hearted thing that I saw on my first time through. The Ninth Man? Yeah, he was in there for like 8 seconds. Fuck him. He was one of the ones that did the Nonary project. Fuck him. When it comes to 7, from the beginning of the game, 7, he was just this big strong guy. And maybe it's because I'm like that, but I just like that character archetype. If the big guy, I was like, ooh, the big guy. I can relate. And then, from what I thought I knew about this game, because I'd seen a couple clips here and there, I thought he was just dumb muscle. I thought he was just going to be an idiot, and be like, oh, 7, big dumb, oh, and then he acted a bit like that, and I was like, oh, okay. But then, as I spent time with him, when I went through the 5 door with him, and he showed his knowledge, and he showed his skill, and he showed that he actually is smart. He's smart. That guy's intelligent. He's really smart. He is dumb muscle, but he's also intelligent. He knows what he's doing. The things he knows well. And he's skilled in a lot of areas. And then as this game goes on, and then you realize that he's like very well involved. He's a nice guy. He's helpful. He's made friends with us, and that's why he cares about us. And then that little tidbit at the end where it hints that even maybe 7 knew all along about what was going on, that he did it and he was working with them or something. I don't know. That just made me love him even more. And that's my character analysis. This game was just really, really well made. It had a strong sense of atmosphere, and it had me hooked from the beginning. I just wanted to find out more, and it threw me for a loop. I did not see any of the major stuff that was coming in this game. But I enjoyed all of it. And the atmosphere was so good. Like, when I was playing this game, I thoroughly believed we were trapped inside a sinking ship with only a couple of us. And like, we were trying to solve these puzzles to get out. I didn't realize this was all a big setup. I only started suspecting later that maybe we weren't actually in any real danger. But still. Oh, it's good. It's good. Well. I don't know when. I'm not planning on doing it next, I think, but next time I'm planning on doing... as I said, not next time. I'm gonna play Virtue's Last Reward. Now, let me tell you something. When I was first gonna decide I was gonna start playing the Zero Escape games, I actually wasn't looking forward to playing 999 that much. And there's do you know why the reason I wanted to play the Zero Escape games in the first place was? Is because for years and years and years, from various sources, from various people, I've just heard how good Virtue's Last Reward is. I've just heard, Virtue's Last Reward is so good, it's so good, it's so good, that's all I've heard. I've heard different tidbits about how good it is, things. So the entire reason I decided to start playing the Zero Escape games was just so I could play Virtue's Last Reward, because I wanted to see, what the fuck is Virtue's Last Reward, and why is it so good? I wanted to experience it for myself. And I looked up Virtue's Last Reward, I was like, let me play this, and I was like, oh, it's part of a bigger series, it's the second game, so I have to play the first game first. And I was a little discouraged then because I was like, but no one talks about 999 as much as Virtue's Last Reward. So it's not gotta be not that good, right? No, but dude, if Virtue's Last Reward blows me out of the water even more than this, I'll be happy. But 999, bro, you got me. This is a good game. I loved it. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is Onurubu, and for this series, it's wrapped up.